Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please welcome back Senator Ron Wyden. Senator, good to see you. How are you?
Thank you.
So let's talk about the town hall you held this morning in Ashland. What did you learn that you're going to be able to take back with you to D.C.?
First of all, this is just unprecedented. We had 2,500 people, an enormous number of them had never been to a town meeting before, had never been involved in politics, and they're just interested in making sure their voices are heard. Now, there were a host of issues. Certainly the Affordable Care Act was front and center with a lot of people concerned about basic benefits. I'm particularly concerned about making sure that we keep the protection for those who suffer from pre-existing conditions. This is thousands and thousands of Oregonians. And then also there were people who are concerned about women's health care, and I'm going to fight very hard to make sure that women continue to be able to see the doctor they trust.
You know, as we record this at 3 p.m. today, as of yet we have no word on what a new travel ban would look like from the president and his administration. What are your concerns, or what do you anticipate seeing there?
Well, I don't anticipate a tremendous number of changes. And what concerns me, and I do think this is going to be struck down as unconstitutional in the end, is this really looks like a thinly veiled religious test. And what I've always said is I judge these policies by the Oregon way. It's our own unique approach. We're independent, we're compassionate, we're fair. Mark Hatfield, Tom McCall, a whole host of political figures have supported what I call the Oregon way. And I'll just tell you, Mark Hatfield, in my view, never would have gone along with a religious test for government, and neither will I.
It was reported this week that you support electoral college reform. Some people might say if Hillary Clinton had won, you wouldn't be saying that. What's your response to that?
My response is that I've long felt that the system largely tried to originally give a fair shake to smaller areas like ours. But now as communications and transportation become nationalized, I think there's a pretty good argument for significant electoral college reform and move towards popular vote, and I've been moving in that direction for quite some time.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more with the Senator in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Senator Ron Wyden. Senator, you're no fan of President Trump's policies, but Republicans are in control of the House and the Senate. What can you do about it?
Well, first of all, I do hope that there'll be areas that we can work together on. The one that comes to mind, of course, is roads and bridges and infrastructure, and that would just be a natural. There are no Republican bridges and Democratic roads, and coming up from the South Coast, and we had a fair amount of rain. You practically felt like you were falling into craters. So I think there are areas, particularly areas that connect us, where I think it's natural for some cooperation, and I hope we'll be able to do that. Now, the key to me, and I said this today at the town hall meeting, is if you disagree with a proposal of the president's, then it seems to me you ought to speak out and push back and offer a smart alternative. For example, in the Trump administration, they've repeatedly said that 3 million people voted illegally in the last election. Now, I haven't found any evidence that that's the case, but I have said to the Trump administration folks, if you believe all those people voted illegally, you should support my proposal to take Oregon vote by mail national, because we haven't experienced that kind of fraud, and we would have a paper trail for every single ballot that's cast. And now, especially as I talk to Republican members about this, given the fact that there was evidence even in October of 2016 that the Russians were hacking into our election systems, I think some security hawks may well say that something like Oregon vote by mail with a paper trail is a good idea.
What do you say to the American people about the divisiveness now and partisan politics going on in D.C.?
What I say is I will always try to find common ground. I mean, those approaches that bring people together are the ones that are sustainable. And look, I said on the Affordable Care Act, and I said it again today, that if the Republicans, who now are using the most partisan process, it's called reconciliation, it's all partisan, if they want to set that aside and be bipartisan, I think there'd be a lot of opportunities to fix one of the biggest challenges with the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act, big challenge, involves the individual insurance market. These are people who don't get Medicare or VA, a government plan, or an employer package. And what they're seeing is very big rate hikes. And if we had larger insurance pools for those in the individual market, you could better spread cost and risk, and hold the premiums down. If you hold the premiums down, you get younger and healthier people. So I really hope that soon we'll start seeing the administration be willing to set aside those partisan approaches. That'd be one thing that Democrats and Republicans could do together that would make a big difference with the Affordable Care Act and holding costs down.
You've worked across the aisle to simplify the tax code. Are you in favor of what Republicans might be planning, or is it too soon to say that?
Well, I can tell you that the new Treasury Secretary had said there's going to be no net tax cut for the wealthy, and that's something I'm going to hold him to, because I think the tax system today is really a tale of two systems. If you're a cop or a nurse in Jackson County, your taxes are compulsory. They come out of your paycheck once or twice a month, no special breaks, no Cayman Island deals for you. But if you're really well connected, you can kind of, with all your lawyers and accountants, decide what you're going to pay and when you're going to pay it. So I think if they're interested in serious simplification so that everybody has a chance to get ahead, and they actually do target the relief to the middle class, and in an economy where the consumer drives 70% of the decisions, that's what the country needs. If they're willing to do those kinds of things, you bet we can have a bipartisan bill.
Senator, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Stay with us. We'll be right back.